Hello, in this video I would like to show you a few of the features of lists within ShareScope. A list is simply that, a list of instruments, and the program comes preloaded with many lists. You'll notice some buttons here on the toolbar at the top. These are shortcuts to open the list mentioned by the button. So if I were to click on LSE shares, ShareScope would open up the list of all of the shares within the London Stock Exchange, or FTSE 100, it will open up the list of FTSE 100 stocks. There is a button here called Change List, which will allow you to change the list that you're currently viewing to any of the lists within the program. So there's a section for UK lists, indices, funds and bonds, US lists, European lists, etc. Viewing items in a list is very useful because you can sort them by a particular measurement. So for example, if I wanted to sort the FTSE 100 list by market capitalization, I just double click on the market cap column heading and the list will sort in descending market cap order. If I were to double click on the same column heading again, it will then sort it in ascending order. And I can use any column on the list to sort the list by that value, so forecast yield, price percentage change, or simply alphabetically by name. Now, when you open up ShareScope for the first time, you will see a table like this one containing these columns. Now, these are just purely examples. You are free to add and remove columns as you see fit. Doing so is very simple. If you wish to add a column to a table, you right-click on the column heading area, that grey area at the top, and choose which column you wish to add. Say, for example, we want to add a 1-year percentage change column. Well, I'll find that under the Add Price column section. I'll go under Price Change Since. I'll select Years Ago, 1 in the box, and I would like to show the change as a percentage change. I'll click OK, and now I've added a column showing me the 1-year percentage change for every share in the list, and I can also use this to sort the shares, showing me the biggest gainer within the FTSE 100 compared to what their performance was a year ago. If the column doesn't appear in the position where you want it, you can just move the column by clicking on the column heading, dragging the mouse, and then letting go of the mouse button, and that one can drag and drop any of the columns. If then you wish to remove a column, you can simply right click on the heading of that column and select Remove Column from the menu. If you click on the List Tables menu at the top, you will see a list of tables that you can use to view the list. If I click on Fundamentals, for example, I'm still looking at the same list of shares. I'm still looking at the FTSE 100 list. However, I'm displaying different bits of information about that list. Now, the program comes preloaded with lots of different tables which you can use and modify, and also some completely blank tables which you are then free to add columns to as you see fit. There are other things that you can do with lists. If we open up the list of all the London Stock Exchange shares and press the New Highs button on the toolbar, the list will now be limited only to shares within the LSE shares list which have just hit a new high. If we press the New Lows, the only shares we'll see are shares that have just hit a new low. If we press the same button again, we will return to the full list. You can also use the Tab key on your keyboard to display first new highs, then new lows, and Tab again to return to the full list. By default, the new highs and new lows will be calculated over a period of 1 year. You can change this by right-clicking anywhere on the list, going to New Highs, Lows, and selecting High-Low Settings. Another way of limiting a list to only certain instruments is to limit the list by sector. If I select Acacia Mining, for example, I can right-click, go to Select Sector, and click on Show Shares Sector Only Mining. I click on it, and now only mining shares will be displayed. Once you activate this option will stay on until disabled. So if you click on FTSE 100, you will only see the mining shares within the FTSE 100 list. To disable this feature, simply right-click again, go back to Select Sector, and click on Show All Sectors.